Hello and thank you for joining me today. My name is Sherry Taylor. I'm a freelance dietitian nutritionist and the director of Eat Great, Feel Great. In today's video, I'm addressing the question, what do you do when it feels like your eating is just completely out of control? There's two possible explanations for why that might be happening. The first relates to my video yesterday when we were talking about the difference between physical hunger and comfort eating or wanting to eat. If you start eating and it isn't based on physical hunger, there will be no off switch. So if your body hasn't given you the signals and the clues to tell you when to start eating, it is certainly not going to give you any clues to tell you when to stop. And because of that, most people then tend to continue to eat until the package is empty, the TV program is over, or they're just so physically uncomfortable that they can't continue. The other possible explanation as to why that might be happening is maybe you are eating based on physical hunger, but you've waited too long. You've waited until you're excessively hungry. And when people are just ravenously hungry, they first tend to crave sweets and starchy foods. And second, once they start eating, they find it incredibly difficult to stop. The solution to that would be to get you eating a little bit earlier. I still want you to eat based on physical hunger. But as I mentioned yesterday, hunger is a very gradual progression. It starts off very quietly and gets stronger and stronger and builds until you can't ignore it anymore. Which means instead of waiting until you're just absolutely ravenously hungry, maybe we need to get you to start eating when you're just moderately hungry, because most people will make much better food choices if that's the case. The tool that I often use to help people understand that is the hunger and fullness scale. And I've taken a photo and I've attached it beside this video so you can take a closer look at it. Basically, it's a rating scale between 1 and 10 to help you rate how hungry or how full you're feeling. And often, before I even see people in my clinic, I get them to write down everything that they're eating and drinking for about 3 days before the visit. And I get them to rate when you started eating, breakfast, lunch, tea, or snack, whatever, how physically hungry were you when you started, and how full were you when you stopped? And most people come into the clinic and they've had a massive realization just as a result of that one activity. So let me go through the hunger and scale with you. If your hunger level is number 1, that means you are so ravenously hungry, you could virtually just chew your own arm off. You are ravenous. Your blood sugar has started to drop. You may be feeling quite shaky. You're usually in a bit of a panic. And as I said before, you will be craving sweet and starchy food. Most people at that point could care less what it is that they're having. They just need food. I certainly don't want you to wait until you get to a hunger level of 1, because nobody makes good food choices then, including me. If your hunger level is 2, that means you need to eat in the next 15 minutes or it's going to tip over into a level 1. Again, that's sort of a risky area. You need to do a bit of practice to see if that's a good time for you to start eating. Most of the time, I get people to start eating when their hunger level is a 3. That means there is genuine physical hunger there, but if they were in, say, a posh restaurant, for example, they could wait up to an hour before they kind of hit that panic stage with their blood sugar levels and level of hunger. So aim for a level 3 whenever possible, or at least experiment with it and see if that works for you. A hunger level of 4 means that you are a bit peckish. There is a bit of physical hunger there, but you really only need a snack. You don't need a full meal, for example. A hunger level of 5 means you're just neutral. You're not hungry, you're not full, your stomach isn't empty, it's not stressed. In fact, you probably can't even feel your stomach. You just are neutral. Fullness level of 6 means that you're about 80% full. Like if it was really lovely, you could eat about 5 more bites and still be comfortable. Fullness level of 7 means that you're 100% full. Okay, your stomach is stretched now. You may be a bit sleepy and sluggish, but you haven't eaten excessively yet. A hunger level of 8 is when you're thinking to yourself, gosh, I wish I hadn't eaten so much, or where's my elastic waistband trousers? And a hunger level of, or a fullness level of 9 or 10 means that you are physically sick or stuffed or in pain as a result of the food that you've eaten. Hopefully that's been helpful. Have a play around and kind of ask yourself every time you start eating something, A, are you physically hungry? And B, if you had to rate that level of hunger, how hungry are you when you start eating and how full are you when you stop? Let me know how you make out in the comment section below. If there's anything else I can do to help you, please get in touch. My website is eatgreatfeelgreat.co.uk. Take care and I'll see you soon.